but you need to hear that from me as well. Without you guys, there would be no consistency. Without you, we wouldn't be creating this incredible environment, this incredible community for competitors, athletes, families and friends across now 26 nations. Don't ever think that your contribution doesn't matter more than probably anybody else within this community.
Service is universal. Groundbreaking news, Sussex Pulse Hub family. What a day to be alive. Today marks day 3 of Harry being back on British soil, and oh, what a moment it has been. Let's look at one of the absolute best moments from Harry's visit today, because it completely stole the show. He was hanging out by the bedside of a 12-year-old patient named Alec Hill at Birmingham Children's Hospital, and he saw some toys. He completely lights up and goes, "Do you know who's obsessed with Lego? My son, Archie, and he's a master builder." Like, come on, that is pure, unfiltered dad energy right there. This moment stood out for so many reasons, but let's look at the real-world vibe shift here. The media spent the last week running endless toxic headlines about security disputes and court rulings, trying to make Harry look bitter and stressed out. Then Harry pulls up to a hospital, sits down with a kid fighting a rare condition, and instantly bonds with the family over Lego. You can't stage that kind of warmth. It completely flipped the script and forced the cameras to look at his actual charity work with WellChild. And he didn't stop there. Later on, he gave a massive shout out to the NHS staff and families. He looked at those nurses who are dealing with massive budget cuts and insane financial pressures and told them straight up that the work they do is quite literally changing daily lives. He was keeping it a buck about how hard it is to run hospitals under this kind of stress, giving them the massive credit they never get from the government or the tabloids. Regular people see right through the media games. The press wants to focus on palace snobbery, but Harry is down in the trenches connecting with real families and lifting the morale of exhausted healthcare heroes. While the commentators are talking about crowns, Harry is talking about Lego master builders and changing daily lives. That is the difference between a PR stunt and actual heart. While the media is out here obsessing over palace seating arrangements and checking who is texting who, Harry is using his platform to talk about something that actually matters. Let's talk about WellChild, because this work is changing lives way beyond the hospital walls. Harry's visit isn't about him getting a photo op. It's about putting a massive national spotlight on healthcare workers and families who are doing the heaviest lifting with zero recognition. Let's bring it down to earth. If you have a child with complex medical needs, life doesn't stop when you leave the hospital. It gets harder. You become a full-time nurse, tech support for medical gear, and a parent all at once. It is exhausting, lonely, and incredibly stressful. And who is in the trenches with these families? The WellChild nurses. They are the absolute goats. They are the ones training parents, making sure these kids can actually come home safely, and providing a safety net so families don't feel completely isolated. But do you ever see the tabloids running front-page spreads celebrating these nurses? Absolutely not. They'd rather write 5,000 words about a look Harry gave someone 3 years ago. That is why Harry showing up matters. When you are doing brutal, exhausting work behind closed doors, having someone with that level of visibility pull up, look you in the eye and say, "I see you, you are doing incredible work and you matter," that isn't just a polite gesture. It is a massive morale boost. It gives people the fuel to keep going. This whole trip isn't about royal drama. It's about real people, real struggles, and actual impact. Harry is shifting the cameras away from himself and pointing them directly at the unsung heroes who deserve the applause. You have to love the strategy, using the media's obsession with you to make sure the world sees the people who actually keep society running.
If you want to see what actual, genuine star power looks like, stop looking at the palace balcony and look at how Harry moves in a crowded room. Because his absolute greatest strength, it's pure, unmatched human connection. There is a massive difference between just visiting people for a photo op and actually engaging with them. We've all seen the traditional royal visits. It's usually someone in a stiff suit, standing 5 feet away, doing that polite little hand wave and asking, "And what do you do?" It looks like a corporate team building exercise. But watch Harry. When he pulled up to see kids like Bilal and Alec, he didn't just stand there reading a script. He got right down on their level. He's sitting on the floor, cracking jokes and talking about Lego. He literally told Alec that his son Archie is a master builder obsessed with Lego. Like, that is a real dad just chopping it up with another family. He meets kids like Bilal, who has been through absolute hell fighting for his health, and he doesn't treat them like a charity case. He treats them like absolute legends and superheroes. Regular people know exactly when someone is faking it. You can't stage authenticity. Kids especially have the ultimate radar for fake energy. If you're pulling a stunt just for the cameras, a child will spot it instantly and freeze you out. But these kids are literally beaming around Harry because he brings zero ego into the room. He treats a sick kid with the exact same respect and warmth he'd show a rob leader. Honestly, probably more. That's why the public respects him. While the rest of the institution is obsessed with status, protocols, and who sits where, Harry is out here proving that real power isn't about a crown. It's about making a vulnerable person feel seen, heard, and valued. You can buy all the PR campaigns in the world, but you can't buy genuine heart, and Harry has it in spades. Let's shift gears and talk about the real crown jewel of Harry's work, because this right here is the ultimate proof that his vision is bulletproof. The Invictus Games are absolutely exploding right now, and it's because Harry built something that is officially way bigger than just one person. The media loves to look at Invictus and try to make it all about Harry. They track his flights, they look at their expressions, they try to find any piece of royal gossip to slap onto the event. But if you actually look on the ground, you realise the hype isn't about him anymore. It's about the massive global community he set in motion. He's out here meeting international team managers, chopping it up with an army of unseen volunteers, and welcoming brand new countries into the mix. Uganda literally just got formally admitted as the 26th nation to join the Invictus family. That is real growth. Let's keep it 100. Regular people know how hard it is to build something that lasts. Most people try to launch a project, and the second they step away, the whole thing falls apart. But Invictus, it's thriving because the veterans completely embraced it. For them, the spirit of Invictus isn't a cheesy marketing slogan. It is a lifeline. It's about recovery, mutual respect, and finding your squad again after going through absolute hell. The tabloid can keep trying to downplay his impact all day, but you cannot fake this kind of momentum. While the palace is busy worrying about keeping their ancient traditions alive, Harry created a brand new global movement that is actively saving lives and restoring purpose to wounded heroes. It shows his long-time impact is locked in. He didn't just start a charity event, he created a self-sustaining ecosystem of hope. You have to give the man his flowers for building a legacy that the media circus can't touch, no matter how hard they try. At the end of the day, the biggest takeaway from Harry being out in Birmingham and London this week isn't the petty palace drama, it's pure purpose. Service always outlasts the headlines, period. But let's be real about how the media operates. Positive, impactful stories, they get buried on page 15. The tabloids don't want to talk about Harry welcoming Uganda into the Invictus family as the 26th nation. They don't want to give deep coverage to him visiting children's hospitals or boosting the morale of exhausted healthcare workers. Why? Because positivity doesn't generate angry clicks. Drama does. They'd rather obsess over whether his invitation to sleep in a spare bedroom at the palace was accepted, declined, or yanked away at the last second. It's ridiculous. Think of it like this. If you build a massive community garden in your neighbourhood that feeds hundreds of families, that is a lasting legacy. The messy neighbours down the street might spend a weekend gossiping about your family business, but 3 weeks from now, nobody remembers the gossip. They do remember the food on their table. That's exactly why people keep supporting Harry's charity work, no matter how much mud the press tries to throw. You can't cancel a hospital visit that changed a sick kid's entire week. You can't erase the fact that veterans are literally reclaiming their lives through the games he built. Acts of genuine service create a legacy that is completely bulletproof against tabloid trash. Years from now, people won't remember every single petty headline or who briefed what to the Sun. They'll remember the lives that were touched. Harry is playing the long game, and the receipts speak for themselves. And that is how you change the game. Harry is out here talking about Lego master builders while the press is stuck talking about palace protocols. If you loved this video and want to see more real street-level breakdowns without the tabloid nonsense, do me a massive favour, smash that like button right now and share this video with your friends. Get the word out. We are pushing hard for that 3,000 subscriber milestone, and every single share helps us get closer to the goal. Thank you all for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. I'm your host, Miles. Keep it real, stay safe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.